Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 with the Conclave DLC as the King of Scotland. In our last episode, we declared war on Sorayar here for this county and are in the process of fighting that. We won a battle and gained some war score from that, but unfortunately we are losing war score now because we haven't taken the war goal, so that's something that we need to go ahead and take care of. We also managed to successfully revoke the county of Teviotdale and add it to our domain, which is great. I think we now control the whole Duchy of Lothian, which is good news. Maybe we can actually use some of this money here to build an extra castle. That could be useful. We may need to use some to hire some mercenaries for this war, though, because we are a little bit closely matched on numbers. And unfortunately, we can't actually build a castle in the Duchy of Lothian. We would have to build a city in any of these holdings first. But that does give me an idea. We could potentially move our capital into Fife here when we're at peacetime. That would make Albany our capital duchy. We would have to revoke Albany, though. But we would have to revoke it from Prince Duncan, who we don't like anyway. We'd have to come up with a way to do it without it being tyrannical, if at all possible. But this is possibly a better duchy than Lothian. Yeah, definitely a better duchy than Lothian. Gowrie especially. Well, maybe we'll consider this later. It would make our domain significantly worse in the short term because we get the capital duchy bonus on 3 counties now. Capital county plus 50 and capital duchy plus 25% on the ones that are not our actual capital. But in the long term it would be better. Anyway, let's actually unpause the game and continue fighting this war, why don't we? So our options, I guess, are to hire some mercenaries to make sure we can win a battle here, or wait a while for our levies to replenish. I'm not sure how fast this happens exactly, so maybe we'll wait a couple of months and see. Already up to 2,900. Do we know what their max levy is, what they're replenishing to? Well, there's a neutral Norwegian army in here, which I think won't be reinforcing. Because they're not inside their own borders. Oh, they are reinforcing. Maybe they'll be doing it slower, though. And they're leaving anyway. I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have to worry about their Norwegian army, but sometimes you end up fighting the neutral armies in there for some reason. Alright, so I think we're going to eventually reinforce up to a point where we're safe to attack him. I guess he's just sitting here because this is the target county and he wants to keep accruing ticking war score, which actually is reasonable. I assume we'll be able to go in without a river crossing from basically anywhere. Uh-oh. Well, we did pick up some unrest in Lothian, and now that has come to a head in the form of this peasant revolt. Your Wolfgar here. Oh my, they actually rose up right on top of us. Well, that could be bad news. We'll see how this goes. Can we do anything about this? I don't think so. We just have to see how it plays out. Well, we did at least have leaders in charge, and they have only a single flank in the center, so hopefully that will give us enough of an advantage to win. Though I think this means we're probably going to have to raise mercenaries for the other battle, depending on how many we lose. Actually, not that many, as it turns out. Alright, we'll enforce our demands. We'll execute this person. 20 piety. Sounds like a bargain. And are we continuing to reinforce here? Quite slowly, it looks like. Okay, I think we'll just go ahead and raise the cheapest mercenaries we can find, because we don't need much of an advantage here. Well, 10 boats are not going to help us too much. So, what's the best we can get for 150? 1770, I suppose? Or the compositions? I think pikemen are better on defense. So I guess we'll take this one under Joffre. Alright, so we'll head over here, get up to 100 morale. We should be pretty much there by the time we arrive. But we should probably appoint some better commanders if we have them. We actually don't really. We can upgrade that one slightly. Alright, you have stolen some technology from Constantinople. Always appreciated. Alright, so with that battle won, we should probably just stay here and siege. We can afford to dismiss the mercenaries. Unless you want to keep them on for some reason, which I don't think we do. Okay, so we're minus 40% from not controlling the war goal, so once we control that, that will get us up to 96 plus the actual war score for controlling it, which should give us the victory, and they shouldn't be able to effectively attack us in here. Hopefully they can't siege this county back either. So I think that's check and mate, more or less. Just a matter of waiting for the siege. Let's see what's going on in France. It looks like they are going to lose Aquitaine. And also lose whatever is going to be the consequence of this war. Rebellion in Flanders. You were defending against the Duke of Holland. Okay, so he's going to simultaneously lose some land maybe to a vassal of the HRE, but he is... Oh, he's actually pressing a claim on France. Not for himself, but we could end up with a change of rulership in France if they do actually win that, which is actually really bad for us because that would end our non-aggression pact. And actually our alliance, it's not just a non-aggression pact. Okay, our troops are going to be reinforced better, which actually is quite useful. And the Waldensian Uprising Army has just won a battle against Norway there. They must not be too far off winning that war. 65%, okay. Alright, our courtier here wants a childhood focus. Let's get him a martial-related thing. Struggle, perhaps. Could turn into a good commander for us. Invite to plot from our cousin, the Earl of Athol. He wants to fabricate a claim on the Duchy of Albany, which is currently held by the dastardly Duke Duncan, who we don't like. If I said dislike there, that would have worked better, wouldn't it? Oh, he's even Duncan Dunkeld. Nice, okay. Anyway, so it would be fine if he gained a claim on the duchy. We actually have a claim on the kingdom already. If he has a claim, he could potentially be put in charge of the duchy via faction, and then Prince Duncan here would become a vassal of a vassal, and therefore no longer a problem for us. So I will accept. You could just do it militarily as well, I think. Now let me check out our known plots. Does it show up here? It's this guy, fabricated claim on the Duchy of Albany versus Duncan. I'm the only person in there. Can we see the plot power? Yes, 49%. That's not happening yet. You would think having the king on your side, you could really get stuff done, but apparently not. As you replace your training dummy with a real person, you find that facing an intelligent enemy is a lot harder, but also more rewarding. After many bruises and cuts, it's clear that you've gained experience and have better control of a fight than ever before. Thanks to our friend Carbre here. Good fighting. We get +1 personal combat skill. For a year. Okay. That's fine. I'll take it. Brings us up to the heady heights of 2 personal combat skill. Violence seems to be able to solve all your problems. Life is easier when you can simply smash things into submission, so we become wroth, which is okay, I suppose. We lose some diplomacy, but the martial is probably pretty good. We could change our focus now if we want to. I wonder if we took an intrigue focus, maybe we'd be able to help that plot a bit better if we get our score up a bit. Might enable us to just take direct action against Duncan here. A little bit easier. We could spy on him. Let's try it out. I don't really use the intrigue focus much, so I'm not really sure how to use it optimally, but we'll spy on him and see what happens. We could potentially murder him. I and my trusted snoops and sneaks will keep a very close eye on the activities of Prince Duncan of Scotland. A close eye indeed. Wonder what secrets he's hiding. Okay, so France lost. Claim on Aquitaine War. They've been cleft in twain by the mighty Holy Roman Empire. But maybe this will leave them free to put down the rebellion in Flanders. Especially if we were to help them. Actually, our help could be useful and actually effective in this war, since the numbers are a little more evenly matched, so it looks like he might just have it under control himself. If it's still going on and it looks like they still need our help by the time we're finished here, I might actually go and help them. Alright, and we are finished here, that's 100%. We'll enforce our demands. I think this ends up with us vassalizing the current holder of this county, yeah. So that's fine. He is Scottish, so that's good. He does consider himself a powerful vassal as well. Also, he's wounded, so that he might just die. Let's see. Can we and should we... Ooh, what is this? Malcontent. Ah, he's returning a favour to Prince Malsnectin the Ill Ruler, which means that he'll vote whichever way Malsnectin will vote. Does that mean this guy is returning a favour as well to also Prince Malsnectin? So he could have some significant power there if we ask the council to vote on anything. So we could, if we are able to appoint that new vassal as chaplain, we could fire him, but it looks like we can't. And we don't want to fire our wife because she would be a dangerous plotter if she takes a dislike to us. This is supposed to be under the Duchy of Sorayar, which we do not have, so we'll have to just leave him as a count for now, but that's fine. We have more vassals in our vassal limit that we know what to do with. So this could be a fairly close battle. It looks like France will probably win. Let's just let it play out before we lower our troops. We're not having much luck spying on Prince Duncan. Perhaps I should focus my efforts elsewhere. No, he's definitely up to something. It did turn out to be fairly close, actually. We have raiders. I guess we can deal with while we have these troops raised. Alright, so France won that battle. I'll assume they're going to pursue the army. No, they're actually headed here, I guess, to take that siege back, which is fine too. So I think maybe we will go and help them out. Raise a few boats. Is this enough? I think this is enough. We don't get any benefit from doing this, but it feels like the right thing to do, morally speaking, since France helped us repel England. Well, I mean, it is in our interest to make sure that they do win this, because it would break our alliance if they were to lose. So we're actually fairly evenly matched. If we were to attack this army. This county is Waldensian. Let me check out the religion map mode. There's Lollard going on here as well. You know, there's some Waldensian up in Orkney. I don't know, I guess it's just a couple of counties. I was envisioning like widespread Waldensian sympathies all over the place, and there's a pretty big revolt going on in the Holy Roman Empire and also in Hungary. What is this about? They just want to increase council power, so I guess that's not too major. Also council power over there, okay. So I don't know whether we should go and attack this army or not. Can we avoid a river crossing? I don't think so, actually. No crossing to Luxembourg, but it doesn't border. Liège and Verdun. Both river crossings. I mean, I guess our best bet is maybe to just siege the capital then. Actually, I'd like to just disband these troops since we're annoying all of our vassals at this point by a quite substantial amount. And surely France has this in hand. They even have a few thousand more available. Okay, let's just leave. Sorry, France, we were here for moral support. That's the important thing, right? Let's disband our stuff. So we will no longer be spending any money keeping up our troops. We have a decent amount of money, so I think maybe the best thing to do would be to spend some on some retinue, perhaps? So maybe it's more important to ensure we have good income by upgrading our castle towns as much as possible. Especially in the capital. We actually have that upgraded as far as we can right now. Okay. And there, how about in Fife? Which actually is the least important one because it's outside of our capital duchy. It doesn't get the income bonus. So we can't upgrade that either, so I guess then we will spend it on retinue. The other option, of course, would be to build a city holding in one of these counties, and then we would be able to build a castle. You have to build a city, you have to have one holding of each type before you can just build whichever one you want. And in each of these we just have a bishopric and a castle. The ones in our domain, at least, we have all three in Fife. So we could build a castle here, but it's more expensive because it's the fourth holding there. And also it's less good because it's outside of our capital duchy, as previously mentioned. I think we'll just build the retinue for the moment. And I guess we'll go with skirmish, light skirmish maybe? Skirmish retinue is actually cheaper. By the way, maybe light skirmish is actually better in terms of number of troops per gold. Which I think is probably better for us. Let's do that then. We can build 2 of those. It's not much, but it's a start. So we'll have a truce with Sorayar now for how long? 10 years until we can take another county from them. That's fine. We should possibly start casting our eyes further afield, because we are going to need to conquer more land if we can hope to stand against England eventually. Of course, we have probably got this non-aggression pact in the pipeline here. Prince Harold has come of age. He's a pretty mediocre character, but he is ambitious. And once Nuala comes of age, they can get married. We have this granddaughter who needs an education. Or a focus, at least. Let's get her tutored in etiquette. Why not? She can become playful or indolent. And our vassals will be calming down a bit from us having raised their levies for so long. Let's just make sure that France is doing okay here. Yeah, they definitely shouldn't have any problems. Okay, well, we're out of time for this episode, so we'll leave it here for the moment. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time.